Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an IS-3-II. It's a Tier 9 Soviet premium. Is it premium? No, it's not actually. It's a standard heavy tank with 2 barrels. And it's located on the south spawn of Ruinberg in Counter under the command of Captain Ashstorm. Well, the game's underway. It's a twin barrel tank. It's the tech tree one, not the 7032, which is the premium. For a second I got confused about that, and I don't know why. Anyway, Captain Ashstorm's still in hospital, recovering from COVID. Hopefully he will be well soon, and he'll be back at home with his family. And we're doing his videos, and there's still, well, this is the 4th. There's 4 left, so this is the, there's 3 more after this. Not sure what that makes this one, but anyway, IS-3-II. Interesting, because you can fire both barrels together, or you can actually fire them singly. But if you do fire them singly, you get a faster reload than if you do both together. Now, we have theorized as to why it's actually longer to reload 2 barrels than it is to reload 1. And I suppose you might actually say that the reason is that there's 2 loaders in there, and they swap roles while they're actually loading the barrels. So if they're loading the left barrel, then the left loader puts the shell in and the right loader puts the cartridge in, because it's actually 2-part ammunition. Oh, somebody tried to take a shot at him. I think it was a T-95 FP4-201. Oh, he's got a Panzerkampfwagen. Gets his first shot in. It was the left barrel. And of course it's the right barrel, they swap roles. There you go. Trying to get that. Oh! He got both in! But now he's got the long reload. 18.4 seconds for the first round, or first gun to be loaded. And then it's another, well, quite a long time for the next one. Here we go. It's almost loaded. We'll know what time it is for the next one. Well, 9.2 seconds I think it is here. At least I'm thinking it's 9.2 seconds. That's what it said. And he's now loaded, ready for the next one. Yes, I think it's what they're doing is they're swapping roles. So the first barrel gets loaded, the guy on the left loads the shell, then the guy on the right loads the powder, and vice versa when it's the other one. And he got another double barrel shot in, but he took him round in the tracks from the Panzerkampfwagen, so he's pulling back into cover. So of course, you know, one moment they're having to load the actual shell, and then they're loading the powder, depending on which gun is actually fired. And you do need to take into account which gun's fired, because of course you could easily block your own barrel if you don't pull out far enough, so that the second barrel, or the one that's still loaded, gets a chance to hit the enemy. Because if it's blocked by the scenery, you won't get a double shot. Here he goes. Gets 2 in again. It's 390 alpha for 1 shell, but of course double that up, so it could be 780 hit points, but that was a low roll, that one. And he's pulling back into cover before the Panzer 7 can actually do something. That guy's going to be out the game with the very next shot. In fact, he doesn't need to fire both rounds. He only needs to fire 1 to take out that Panzer 7 now. But of course, he does need to hit the guy in the right spot. Yeah, got him. Nice. He was firing APCR, which is a lot easier to penetrate. Oh, there's a GeForce 4 there now. And he's double loaded again. Puts 1 in. He didn't have time to fire both. But probably better that he didn't try to fire both, because there were some enemy tanks angling to try and get a shot on him. And oh right, now it's gonna have a problem. Okay, GeForce puts 1 in. Here comes the 60 TP. Didn't realise there was going to be a chieftain here as well. Okay, it's going to be loaded for both barrels. Here we go. Oh, didn't get that one in. Bounced the round that came back. 60 TP's looking to do it again. If he comes around that corner, he could both barrel him. Okay, now he's fired. He is now vulnerable. Both barrels, please. Oh, no, he fires just one in. Goes for the second, I think. Lower plates. Yep. And bounced the round that came back. 4.3k so far. He can't pull out too far because there is a chieftain further down the road. If he does pull it out, he's giving the guy a free shot into his ass. And that chieftain's running. And oh, Progetto just around the corner chose that precise moment to pop his head round and tracked Captain Ashstorm and got some damage into him as well. Straight through the drive wheel. Our mouse is going up to the other corner. It might be a good idea to join him actually, rather than stay on this corner. And we've lost our chieftain, but they're going to lose their scorpion. Yep. He only needed one round to do that. The Progetto only needs one round to kill as well. I think our Centurion one's probably going to finish him off. And he has. Puts one through the turret and takes out the IS-3. Okay, there doesn't appear to be any enemy on this corner now. So there is that T95 FE4201 chieftain up near the corner. And it looks like our Progetto's going up there to block him in. Captain Ashstorm's got 5,000 hit points of damage so far. There's only 2 enemies left. This chieftain and a charioteer. And as you know, the charioteer's got quite a good gun. Don't really want him to get a shot at us because he's got a, if I remember correctly, it's a 120mm gun. Here we go. We're going to go in. I think our Progetto is almost out of hit points. There's the T95. He puts one in, but unfortunately we lose our Progetto. Puts that one in and finishes off the chieftain. That means there's only the charioteer left, and he's just around the corner, off in the distance, behind the new housing area. Yep, and he's gone, so that's it, the end of the game. So, quite a bit of damage, but he did win and he got a huge amount of damage on the enemy. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's first class tanker for Captain Ashstorm in the IS-3-II. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually managed to get 4 exactly, and also got a shell proof for blocking more damage to hit points to his own vehicle. A master gunner for getting at least 5 armor penetrating hits in a row, and also a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 5 exactly. And lastly, he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate from the battle was 7,128, which is super unicum standard and a bit more. And he did outplay 2 chieftains, basically. One on the enemy team and one on his own team, actually, for that matter. Yeah, there he is, right at the top of the table, 5,018 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being the Skoda T50 on his team, who picked up a Confederate at 3,608 hit points of damage. And then the next high score after that was the enemy chieftain with 2,884. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 4 kills, 2 kills to the Mouse, the CDA 105, the Borsig, and on the enemy team, their chieftain. Nobody else on their team managed to get more than 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,308 base experience points, which is not enough to get an ace tanker, which is surprising. It means that the standard must be very, very high for this tank. 1,041 for the Progetto, 949 to the CDA. Captain Ashstorm fired 17 rounds in that game, got 16 direct hits and 15 penetrations, damage of 5,018 hit points, all of it at close range. He received 10 hits from the enemy, 4 of which penetrated, 6 non-penetrations, and 1,950 hit points of damage blocked by armour. 2 of those penetrations actually came from the Progetto, who shot him in the side straight through the drive wheel and kept him tracked in an awkward position. But luckily, the enemy FE4201 really wasn't paying attention at that moment, and he could have done a lot of damage to Captain Ashstorm, but he didn't. He spotted one enemy vehicle, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4, and on a premium count he earned 71,571 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he actually took away a loss of 43,280 credits. Yes, that's quite a lot, but he was firing premium rounds. He was spamming premium rounds at the enemy, and that's why he lost so much. 1 bond for the battle for high caliber, 1,962 XP, 4,905 for completing the mission events, and took away 6,867 experience points altogether. So a very good game in the IS-3-II, but it just goes to show that in order to get an ace in this thing, you have to do something extraordinary. You either have to kill as many tanks as Radley Walters requires, 8 kills, or you probably have to get a huge amount of damage, somewhere in the region of 8,000-9,000 hit points, because I don't think you're going to get anything more than a first class if you do as much damage as Captain Ashton did, and that was 5,000 hit points, and that only gave him a first class. So yeah, it's a very high standard indeed. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned to our channel because we've got 3 more replays from Captain Ashton.